welcome to part 2. Well, whatever. I'm just gonna skip this one. I've already messed up so much on it. How you choose? A small number of 30 users or less will be chosen based on their past community contributions and beta participation. The remainder will be chosen at random from the eligible pool. Should I create lots of Steam accounts to increase my chances of getting selected? No, that will not work. What are the specs of the Valve prototype? Scroll down. We'll tell you more about it soon. Remember, there will ultimately be several boxes to choose from with an array of specifications, price, and performance. Where's a picture of it? How big is it? We promise we'll tell you about that soon. When will the prototype ship? This year. Soon! Will beta testers be allowed to share info about their experiences? I don't care if it's using a high CPU. Yes, that's really the whole point. Will I be able to build my own Boxster on SteamOS? Yes. Can I hack the box, run another OS, change the hardware, install my own software, use it to build a robot? Sure. I like Valve, they're awesome. Can I download the OS to try it? You'll be able to download it, including the source code if you're into that, but not yet. If I'm in the beta, how can I help contribute to feedback? Steam Universe Group. I'm just going to start simplifying these. What games will be available during the beta? Nearly 3,000 games on Steam. Hundreds already... Okay, pretty much, I'm just going to say pretty much, this is just a guess, anything working in big picture mode. That's just guess, though. What is SteamOS? What's included? Here's a link. Am I going to be using a mouse and keyboard in the living room? If you want, but Steam and SteamOS work well with gamepads too. Stay tuned. Okay, now on to the last one. And I sort of looked at this one a bit, so I'm a cheater. We set out with a singular goal: bring the Steam experience in its entirety to the living room. We know how to build the user interface. We knew how to build a machine and even an operating system, but that it still left our biggest missing link. We realized early on that our goals required a new kind of input technology, one that could bring the gap from the desktop to the living room without compromise. So we spent a year experimenting with new approaches to input, and we now believe we're arrived at something worth sharing with you. Complete catalog. The Steam controller is designed to work with all games, past, present, future, even older titles in the catalog, and the ones which were not built with controller support. We fooled those older games into thinking they're being played with a cool keyboard and mouse. Those morons can be tricked so easily. We designed a gamepad that's nothing like the other ones, and I've seen it. It's nothing like the other ones. We think you'll agree on something with the Steam controller and how we want you to help the design process. Traditional gamepads force us to accept compromises. We made it a goal to improve upon the resolution and fidelity of input that's possible with those devices. The Steam controller, only $29.99. No, I'm kidding. I don't even know how much it's gonna cost. A Steam controller offers a new and, we believe, vastly superior control scheme, all while enabling you to play from the comfort of your sofa. With built-in high-precision input technologies and focused on low-latency performance, the Steam controller is just what the living room ordered. What's it gonna look like? Yeah. Now, I have mixed feelings about this controller. Like, those two things that look like a trackpad, obviously they're gonna be good for games that are good for keyboard and mouse and like maybe FPSs, although with that I would stick with traditional analog sticks, but I mean, I guess it would work. Okay, I'm guessing that the circles would be used similar to analog sticks, except a bajillion times bigger, and they don't have analog sticks, it's like a trackpad thing. And then I think that middle one may be a touchscreen, with the top being for settings, bottom being for messages, and maybe the middle being for home, but that's just speculation. And then A, B, X, Y, those are the buttons, obviously. And then that giant bar, that may also be a home button, and then start and select. But I would think that this would be the home button. I don't know, I'm confused. We'll see. Dual trackpads. Yep, I was right. The most prominent elements of the Steam controller are its two circular trackpads. Driven by the player's thumbs, each one has a higher resolution trackpad as its base. It's also clickable. Okay, I didn't read that part when I skimmed through it. Okay, now I'm actually really, I actually really like it. Allowing the entire surface to act as a button. So that thing has 8 buttons, and if that's a touch screen, then 9, I guess. And if there's triggers, then 10, and if there's bumpers, then 12. That's a lot. Trackpads driven by the player, allowing the entire surface to act as a button. The trackpads allow far higher fidelity input than has previously been possible with traditional handheld controllers. Steam gamers who are used to the input associated with PCs will appreciate that the Steam controller's resolution approaches that of a desktop mouse. Sweet. The whole genres of games that were previously playable only with a keyboard and mouse are now accessible from the sofa. RTS games, casual cursor-driven games, strategy games, 4X-based exploration games, a huge variety of indie games, simulation games, and of course, Euro Truck Simulator 2. In addition, games like first-person shooters that are designed around precise aiming within a large visual field will now benefit from trackpad's high resolution and absolute position control. Nice. Okay, so it does have triggers and bumpers. So yeah, 12 buttons. Wow. The Steam oops, I skipped a bit. Trackpads are, by their nature, are less physical than thumbsticks, but by themselves they are light touch devices. I'm not going to read the rest of this, I'm sorry. I'm just going to sort of skim through it. Yep, touchscreen, I was right. Wow, so Portal 2. I love that game. So those would be the controls for Portal 2. This is epic gameness. I'm honestly really looking forward to this. I hope that they will allow like third-party controllers too. Like if you use a controller on your PC for PC games and you really like it, I hope you will be able to hook that up to your Steam box or whatever and start playing games, because that would be really awesome. So anyway, tell me what you guys think of this. Honestly, I'm pretty excited for it. It looks pretty cool. But I'm also a bit curious about like how big is the box? Will it run most games fine? Because obviously a PC is pretty powerful. But anyway, leave your opinions in the comments below. I'll see you guys later. Bye.